for Kinks clip-ins. Very, very simple, and it's something that you can do in under 10 minutes. And I'm going to use my model Rebecca today, who doesn't quite have the for Kinks hair texture, but I'm going to show you how to manipulate your hair if you don't have a 4B, 4C texture to be able to get it to blend well with for Kinks as well. So stay tuned and we'll show you how to do all 3 lanes.
So the really good thing about these clip-ins is the fact that they're made with silicone tipped clips, as well as have an elastic band across the weft line to keep them from shifting. So these clip-ins are really going to be in there securely. This is going to be extra beneficial for those who don't know how to cornrow or aren't really familiar with like the hairspray technique. So technically you don't really need to braid your hair or hairspray it prior to installing these clip-ins. So what you want to do is section off your hair starting from the back, and you want to get that first line as close to your nape as possible, but still leaving out a good amount of your hair at the end of it, just in case you want to lift it up so it has the most natural flow. So all you want to do is measure out the piece that you're going to use in that specific part of your head. Like for example, I took this piece and just kind of saw that it'll fit right in between this area, but it'll also leave enough room where still some of her hair can cover the sides of it if need be. So the goal is for these to make it look as natural as possible, give you a little extra fullness without being able to tell that they're in. So all you do is open the clips, and you can feel them, they snap back and forth, and you hold the hair, insert the clips, and snap. Hold the hair, insert the clip, and snap. So like I said, because of the band and the type of clips we use, they're very secure. So even though she has a looser hair texture, they're not sliding down when you tug on them. So next thing I'm gonna do is just, because her hair is about the same length as the 16-inch clip-ins, I'm gonna just take a larger portion of her hair and bring it down to cover over that last clip. And I'm gonna add them in the middle here. Now, if your hair is really full and you want to not have it be overwhelmingly full, you can twist some of your hair in between the clip-ins just so not all your real hair is exposed. And what I'm gonna do to get her texture to kind of look more like for Kinks is I'm just gonna comb out any curl that she has in her hair so that it gets a little bushier. Because her hair is so full, we only need about 1 set of these clip-ins. We don't need 2 sets. If your hair is thinner, you may need 2 sets of the clip-ins to make it fuller. Now when you get to the top, you want to put the strips that are broken up. So this one is not long enough to go all the way around, but it's broken up into 2 strips just so that it's not like moving around at the top of your head. So I take this half, once again, clip, hold your hair, clip, hold your hair, clip. On this side, what I didn't do properly was I didn't measure it all the way through before I put it against her head, but that's okay. So if you run into an event where you have a little extra at the end, like this, then all you would do is use that to your advantage and use that towards your style. So all I'm gonna do is take a piece of her hair, part it, so I have it coming down, carry that clip over, and then clip it there, and then clip it down. Which is kind of cute because it gives her a little bit of a bang action going in the front. So at this point, we pretty much have covered the majority of her hair. What I'm gonna do is use her hair to cover up this last part, and then we're gonna do the small pieces of the clip-ins and do those up top. The last 2 pieces I have in this one set are the 2 baby pieces. And what I'm gonna do with those is I'm gonna apply them right at the inner part. So at this point, this is a really good time to create a part that I'm gonna use. The 2 smaller pieces and put them right underneath your part. So for this one, I'm just gonna insert it. I'm not really gonna do any special parting. It blends in really well on that side. And I'm also going to take this one and just put it right at the top
right underneath. Clip that like so. I always touch up every style with some edge control. And I'm gonna use Hicks edges, which is my fave. Do a little touch up here. You wanna make sure that your Hicks edges has gotten solid before you start using it. You also wanna make sure that you're using it on clean hair so it doesn't have a lot of buildup. And I take a 100% boar bristle brush and brush it in, work all that in there. So one of the really good things about the clip-ins is that, you know, once you're done, you pretty much have as much versatility as possible. You can put it up. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it, and if you left out enough of your hair all around, no one should be able to tell. And like I said, her hair is about the same length as the 16-inch for Kinks clip-ins, so it did make it really, really full. But if you didn't want it to be so full, all you would do is just twist some of your hair down in between the clips so that it didn't have that same volume. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these 16 inches out and do the 20s and the 24s and kind of show you the different lengths of what they all look like. Be back. Okay, so now I have pretty much switched her hair from the 16-inch for Kinks clip-ins to a mix between the 24 and the 20. So as you can see, I have the 24-inch for Kinks clips in the back. You do get a little bit of shrinkage with it, just like our natural hair. So one of the things I like to do prior to installing them is just wet the clip-ins a little bit so you can get some good length. So as you can see, it really does stretch down pretty long. And yeah, like I mentioned with the first set, sometimes if your hair texture is not quite the same texture, you want to brush out any curl pattern that you have to get it to blend with for Kinks. And also in her case, because she had such full hair already on her own, all I did was twist in just regular 2-strand twist, 2 chunky rows of her own hair to reduce the fullness so she could kind of have the for Kinks texture take over. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to show you all how to remove the clip-ins, just so you are removing them safely without pulling out any of your hair. But I just wanted to show you really quick how I twisted her hair in between each clip, just so it wasn't too full. So this is her real hair that's twisted in between these two. And I'm just going to take those twists out as I undo the clip-ins. To undo the clips is pretty much just feel where the middle of the clips are and push down so that you hear a snapping sound, which shows you that they're opening. And then carefully lift the combs up. Make sure there's no hair stuck inside of them, and then continue. You don't want to try to pull it out. You just want to lift your hair out. Lift your hair out, and they come off relatively easy. Just snap them back, tuck them away. Till next time.